Absolutely not. The first ever finale.
Helps if I unmute my mic on the stream. Holy crap. And everybody just missed all of that.
Go again. I'll let you go again. 3, 2, 1, go.
He's been dreaming about this his whole life. It doesn't get any tougher than this. Connor Ojeda, can he bring it home tonight? Johnny Antonucci's got one final shot at him, as does Kevin O'Brien. Championship round. Who are we going to call the champ of the world when this is all said and done? BOFA Indy Classic Series is on the air. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. Joined with me by my partner in crime, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Sam, does it get any more exciting than this?
Not at all. I mean, this is the final race of the season, the first ever finale in the BOFA Indy Classic Series, which will be renamed the ESPN Indy Classic Series when we go back to when we come back to it next fall. But yeah, it couldn't get any more exciting than this. I mean, Connor Ojeda in the catbird seat, 23 points the gap between himself and Johnny Antonucci. All he has to do is keep it facing forward and get a good result here tonight, and he will be $50 richer and the first ever champion.
Well, you take a look at the point standings as they're up on the screen right now. You got Connor Ojeda leading the pile at 571 points and perfect attendance. Johnny Antonucci 23 points back. Kevin O'Brien only 21 points back from Johnny, 44 out from Connor. So looks like Kevin's fighting for second tonight with Johnny. But he's got to keep an eye on Mark Walker, who's sitting in fourth right now, only 11 points back from Kevin. And you got a little bit of a gap to fifth with Marcus Hagman holding the number 5 slot, 23 points to the good over Scotty Brinson, who's only 9 points to the good over his teammate Paul Crumrye. Nate Seifker not in the field tonight, I noticed.
Yeah, he's got work, so he won't be able to make it tonight. We might have one more joining us tonight to make it up to 13 in the field. That'll be Jeffrey Goodpaster, hopefully. But yeah, we've got a very interesting run-in when it comes to the season points. It is that close between Mark Walker and Kevin O'Brien. One of those two will be going home with the $15 of prize money for finishing third. So might be wise keeping an eye on them. Both of them are sitting top of the board in qualifying right now.
And we're going to jump right into the qualifying board, as there it is. O'Brien sitting atop the pile. Excuse me.
Mark Walker steals it.
And Mark Walker blisters one. And I'm still trying to get conscious, folks, so bear with me here. It's been just a rough one for me today. And I've been sober. So 4 laps of qualifying. Walker going to call it done. Marcus Hagman out on track right now, going second quick currently. Going to have one more lap in the tank. Taylor Burris, I see, joining back in the field. Hollingsworth back tonight. Ooh! And the sensational Swede loops it. Doesn't look like there's any damage to that, the 099, but that was a scary moment for Hagman.
Yeah, and this is a interesting setup that I came up with. I mean, I designed this so it doesn't promote pack racing and it can be very tight in the corners, but unusually it looked like Hagman got a bit loose going into the corner there, so maybe something else to consider when it comes to going.
Did you do a qualifying setup for this thing again?
No.
Okay.
This is setup.
Okay.
They're running race fuel for qualifying as well, so.
Okay. This car has a tendency to get just stupid loose on low tanks. That's why I was asking. Scotty Brinson currently out on track right now, sitting 8th quick.
There's Jeffrey Goodpaster. We're now up to 13 drivers.
We are now up to 13 drivers. Ignore the man behind the curtain that you're going to see a name appear on screen because he's up in the booth with me. And one of the notable names that is not here tonight, currently tied for 10th place, James Bunce.
Yeah, computer issues being the gremlin here tonight. There's a few drivers that are having problems and that couldn't be here tonight. Dylan Vose having problems. He couldn't be here tonight, as well as Doug Thompson. He's having a few issues. He couldn't make it tonight. So a lot of drivers unable to make it for this finale, but They have assured me that they will try and be there for the first round of the ESPN IRO 5 series, which takes place in 2 weeks' time. So uh, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see them back in a couple of weeks' time.
Fair enough. One of the names I noticed making a return to the league tonight, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth coming back and playing with the boys. Going fourth quick currently. Scotty Brinson goes third quick. Crumry up to second quick. So it's kind of funny, the whole rated R Motorsports team. O'Brien's the one that's slugging it away to try to gain some positions here. And Crumry and Brinson just not even flinching as they both just knocked their teammate out of the top 5 for the starting spots.
Yeah, and Kevin O'Brien knows that he needs to be as close to Mark Walker as possible. Those positions are key here tonight. One person that won't be so worried back there near the back of the field would be Conor Ojeda. I mean, he's got his main championship rival just starting just one spot ahead of him, so he's not worried right now, is he?
Well, Conor Ojeda currently sitting 11th quick as we're watching Tyler Vickery, who is currently tied with James Bunce for 10th. So the position is basically going to default to Vickery tonight. Unfortunately, Bunce not in the field.
Vickery jumps up to 7th place, displacing Taylor Burris down to 8th place. So Tyler and Taylor starting on the 4th row, it seems.
So far, as Vickery looks like he still has another lap in the tank, I believe. As Jeffrey Goodpaster goes 10th quick.
Yeah. And when we go to Chicagoland for the first race of the IRO 5 series, just expect the fields to be ever so slightly bigger, especially considering we have the IRO 5 being a free car. So that's going to be interesting to see. We were going to start the season at Long Beach, but we decided to cancel that one for setup difficulty reasons. So
difficulty reasons?
Yeah.
You and I need to talk after this race, sir.
Uh-huh. I will include it in the championship later in the season, but also for scheduling reasons, I can't do it next week either, so... because of work reasons. But anyway, qualifying almost.
About a minute and a half left in qualifying. It's Vickery on his final lap. Jumps up to 4th quick.
Not wasting any time, is he?
Goodpaster goes 3rd quick.
Not bad for a person that only just entered the session, like literally 2 minutes into qualifying. Actually, almost 5 minutes into qualifying, so he's not wasting any time at all. He's just coming, qualifying, setting his time up into the top 3, and just going to race this thing out and see how he goes. So, good thing to see Mr. Goodpaster just come into the session and really throw it down to the guys that have put the times up. But we know from seeing him in the past, Jeffrey Goodpaster is a very capable driver, so there's no surprise that he's up there in the top 3.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Chris Bean going 10th quick, so that's something to keep an eye on. Chris, one of the latecomers to the event, but has definitely, had a presence felt every time he's shown up. Gonna be interesting to see what he can do moving forward with the IRO 5s. As just about 25 seconds left in the qualifying session. Tyler Vickery just doing what he does and just turning laps. The kid's like a freaking robot at times.
Yeah, we'll call him the Cyborg from now on.
Sure. His new nickname's Data. But you take a look at the top 7, separated by less than a tenth of a second. That's impressive. So, as gonna kill that, and we're gonna go to our grid. Starting up on the point, Ohio native Mark Walker. He's joined with Midwest Paul Crumry. Row number 2 is going to see Jeffrey Goodpaster out of Indiana with the Florida-born Tyler Vickery. Floridian Scotty Brinson is going to be joined with the Carolina kid Jeff Hollingsworth in row number 3. Sam?
Round number 4 will be Marcus Hagman and Kevin O'Brien. Remember, Kevin O'Brien needs to get up to Mark Walker to hold on to that 3rd place in the championship. Row number 5 will see returning Taylor Burris. He'll be joined by Chris Bean. Row 6 will be Ernie Ludwig and Johnny Antonucci. And starting shotgun on the field will be the champion-elect, Mr. Conor O'Hader. Just ignore my name. I'm in race control.
Fair enough. So 13 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight, as the kids are gritting up, playing nicely with each other.
For now.
For now. Did I just hear you knock on wood?
Yeah. But
Oh, God.
did you not hear that?
We're going to hell for that. Anyways, it's been a heck of a season, Sam.
It's been a very... it's been like a roller coaster. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but it's come to this. We've got a decent number of drivers here. Hopefully, with the driver count we got here tonight, it should keep the cautions down. But with Homestead being Homestead, that's very unpredictable. So you never know what's going to happen. But
yeah, with Homestead being Homestead, it's likely to do Homestead things, and that's never a good thing.
And well, we'll soon find out how it turns out as they are about to roll away. We've going back over the season. I mean, starting at Phoenix, we've worked our way around the whole length and breadth of America, and we find ourselves back here in Florida. So,
Did we start at Phoenix?
yes, we did.
I thought we started at Long Beach.
No, Long Beach was round 2.
Oh. That's right, we did start at Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the bad memories out of my mind.
Hey, it wasn't a bad race.
No, and yeah,
My psychiatrist told me to say that, by the way.
yeah, no, it wasn't a bad race. Just like there's no such thing as bad pizza, unless you live in Marietta, Ohio. In which case, yes, there is bad pizza. Field working his way through the 3-4 complex. Mark Walker has shown some prowess in qualifying all season long. He's going to have to struggle to maintain that position. It's field working its way out of the turn 4 complex. Pace car is in. Grandpa Papa Viagra. It's time to get it on at Homestead.
And Mark Walker not wasting any time. We are underway almost immediately as everybody making it into turn 1 safely. Mark Walker looking for his 2nd oval win in a row. Let's not forget, but Paul Crumwright still desperate for that win, you know. And
Jeff Goodpaster stacked the entire field up behind him.
yeah. And look at the stack up at the back there. Wow, what a start for everybody here.
Yeah, how we're still green is a testament to the driving skill of everybody on the track right now.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's got it figured out for now.
These guys are going at it hammer and tong up in the front. Still too wide.
Oh, I forgot. We've got now with Jeffrey Goodpaster in the field. We've now got the Mountain Dew twins in the field now.
Yes.
Just like we did at Auto Club.
It's the clash of the cola cars.
Yeah.
And no, it's not going to get confusing with 2 Gallus cars driven by the same driver running 3rd and 4th right now. No, what could possibly get confusing here?
Tyler Vickery, though, making himself known here on that outside, though.
As Crumwright to the point.
Yeah.
2nd lane already starting to work well for Crumwright. As Walker just goes full send mode going into 3, checks up a little bit. Here comes Hollingsworth looking to make it 3 wide with Vickery.
Makes it work for the middle. What a move there for Hollingsworth.
That was all draft aided right there. as he's side by side with Crumry down the back straightaway. Drag race into turn number 3. Hollingsworth with a short line. Crumry, though, going to drop in behind him. Gets the clear coming off of 4. And just like that, we've got another new leader.
Yeah, and Mark Walker's falling backwards here, Tony. I'm not sure what's happened to him there. Probably conserving tires, but...
no, he just got freight trained on that high side.
Yeah.
You can't stay down there that long. You've got to, go full send mode, get the pass done, and then move on, or else you're going to get freight trained, as I think Paul Crumry is about to find out as he gets the nose out front going across the stripe.
Gets the move done, though. Sliding up the track. That's let Hollingsworth back in underneath him. Managed to cross him over as they come out of turn 2. Drag race towards turn 3 for Hollingsworth. It looks like he's going to win this little bout here. And he does. Gets the clear and back up to first place now.
And remember, folks, we're only working lap 7.
Now lap 8.
Make that lap 8 of 125. So if this is what these guys are doing this early, imagine what the last 10 laps are going to be.
Yeah, and the fuel mileage on here is about 38 to 40 laps, so it's a pretty long run on fuel. So we're looking about maybe 3 stops if we stay under green.
So that's Sam Cooper Bennett, Cork, Ireland, P.O. Box OU812.
Yeah.
Since Sam just jinxed the field.
But yeah, on a fuel run, you can expect about 38 to 40 laps. So we're looking at 3 stops here tonight. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Chris Beam, the first one taking it pit side. Something happened there.
Let me take a look.
He's been in. He's out. He's done. Oh no, he's just flashing. That's all.
So Chris Bean, plagued by connection issues, is going to be trying to fix them very quickly. Speaking of connection issues, Taylor Burris's quality is in the yellow, just as I say that.
And Scotty Brinson getting the blinkies.
Yeah, his ping's just gone into the yellow as well, so he needs to be kept an eye on too.
Running in 4th, mind you.
Yeah. As back up the front, you're still seeing this battle unfold between Jeff Hollingsworth and Paul Crumry. Tyler Vickery's still right there as well, trying to find a gap, but not able to force one right now.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Vickery has a victory on the season.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't? Okay.
No.
Oh, that was the other Sunday league that we got the... Gotcha.
Yeah. That was
Top Fuel Mazdas.
Summer Light Series,
yes.
I believe. Yeah, Top Fuel Summer Light Series.
2 weeks before we started this series.
Yes, it was. So probably looking forward to that this coming summer, as going to be using new cars for that series. They're getting rid of the Pro Mazdas, and they're I believe will be using the Formula Renault 3.5 for that series. So
great, another car I have to buy. That I'll never use.
Or the Formula 3, I can't remember which one it was they were thinking of using. But correct me if I'm wrong, the Formula 3 is actually slower than the Pro Mazda, so I shouldn't think they'll be using that one.
I will never use either one, so it doesn't matter.
Anyway, Tyler Vickery up to 3rd, Jeff Hollingsworth.
Vickery up to 2nd.
Yeah. Crumry dropping to 3rd, and he's been chased down by his teammate Scott Brinson now.
I'm thinking Crumry's just trying to cool his tires off, because he was going hard and heavy there with Hollingsworth for about 10 laps. So, just trying to cool the tires off, get them back under him. as we are going to take a quick look at the weather. Ambient air temperature 78 degrees, track temperature 98 degrees. So pretty warm, and this track gets breezy, that's for dang sure.
And this isn't representative to the actual weather that's going on in Florida right now. They Rolex 24 actually got washed out because of the rain there. So yeah, not an actual representation of the actual weather that's going on in Florida right now.
Yeah, kind of like when we went to Watkins Glen and we didn't have 4 feet of snow on the track.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting if we could do that night racing. I wonder if that's going to be an option when they finally release rain. You know, you get precipitation in the air and the temperature's sub-zero.
I mean, it could be an option. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean,
well, they would have to figure out how to lower the ambient air temperature lower than, believe the current lowest you can go is like 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's reasonable.
Not if you want snow.
Oh, we've got a caution.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a big one. That's Kevin O'Brien.
I see that. Let's go back and take a look at what happened there. There's O'Brien. There's Goodpaster. Somebody blinking out. Goodpaster just loops it going into 3. And O'Brien nowhere to go.
Oh, wow. That looked painful.
That definitely is a thank God this is a simulator moment. Let's go to the vomit cam.
Yay! I mean, last night I had the oh my god that looked painful cam, so you get the vomit cam tonight.
Well, Doc, last thing I remember was Dirt Sky, Dirt Sky, Dirt Sky, hot EMT.
Pretty nice.
Hot EMT first, bud. You woke up in the ambulance. That wasn't that bad because he's able to drive that one back, it looks like, or he's going to try to anyways.
Yeah, if that was a real life crash, you'd be looking at a couple of broken legs there.
Very much so. Poor Horatio, I knew him well.
As Marcus Hagman going to take over the lead here, he decided to stay out.
Can't say I blame him.
Jeffrey Goodpaster and Chris Bean both putting the cars on the hauler. Bean because of connection issues. Goodpaster because he did not like the way the car wrecked just then.
Well, I mean, it just snapped around on him going into 3.
I don't even know what caused that because everybody else seemed to be doing
the
okay.
aero package.
Oh.
They were at that point, about 20 laps. You've burned off just enough fuel to make this car very tail happy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But it's something everybody's going to have to deal with tonight, and you know, luckily O'Brien going to be able to get back out there after towing. Let's take a quick look at the point standings, though. Going to make his night a little more difficult, as Walker currently sitting in 5th. O'Brien being scored currently in 12th. Going to make up a couple of spots because Goodpaster has left the session. So, call it 11th. That's going to be a real tight points battle, Sam.
Yeah. And speaking of tight points battles, Conor Ojeda is now ahead of Johnny Antonucci. So, as things stand, Conor Ojeda is your champion, but still a long way to go here, Tony.
Still a long way to go, and we know that Antonucci and Ojeda are two of those drivers that they kind of like to hang out in the back of the field for the first half of the race.
Yeah.
Feel the race out, let it come to them, and kind of figure out what the car is going to do and where they need to put the car. They're not going to put it in full send mode until about the last 10 laps if needed. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Jeff Hollingsworth going to have control of the field, and he is taking the high line on the restart.
Oh, very wise choice, very wise choice. I mean, the outside line is the favorable line around here, so definitely going to be picking the correct line when we go back to green here.
Very much so. And one thing I do need to mention to you, Sam, being as Sebring is coming up, have we reached out to Paul Crumry yet about possibly doing a stint or two at Sebring?
We could ask him. I mean, I've reached out to several drivers. Scott Brinson, he can't do it. Crumry might be an option. We'll reach out to him at some point before the race comes up. I mean, it's still another month away, so...
All right, Sam, get us going.
Absolutely. As the guys make their way through towards the end of this caution. They are coming through turns 3 and 4 right now. As the pace car makes a hard left turn, and Jeff Hollingsworth going to hold him down for a second, and away we go, back on the green. Vickery struggling on that restart. That lets Scott Brunson get the run on the outside that it needed. And that's just why Jeff Hollingsworth picked that outside line. The outside line is so much stronger than the inside line, which makes this 1.5 mile track very unique here, Tony.
It does make it unique, but Vickery with a good toe down the back straightaway, trying to make something happen in that second line. Here comes Crumry in the draft right now, side by side with his teammate, going to lift off. Crumry got the entrance to that corner all wrong, and looks like he might lose another spot here to Walker before all is said and done.
Yeah, Vickery choosing going high and low to try and see which is the faster line, to try and get a slingshot on Jeff Hollingsworth. It seems to be working so far, as he's almost up alongside him. Scott Brinson going to try and come back at Vickery as well. You're right, Mark Walker now to the top 5. Looks like Crumry is starting to fall backwards now as he's fallen into the clutches of Ernie Ludwig.
Not quite yet, but he is starting to fade, and Ludwig is on a charge right now.
Now we're seeing a battle a bit further back there between Conor Ojeda, Marcus Hagman, Johnny Antonucci, and Kevin O'Brien. As
Antonucci crosses Ojeda over.
Yeah. Hagman getting a 2 for 1 there.
Getting a 2 for, and O'Brien up into 11th. Gonna need a couple of cautions to get back on the lead lap and get his hat back in the ring for third. Championship implications there is first and second in points almost got together coming off of 4.
Yeah. As Antonucci gets the position away from Ojeda, it won't work. Antonucci needs to be a lot more positions ahead of Ojeda to even think of mounting a challenge to his points lead. As I think the top 5, the gap between the points in the top 5 is a lot more bigger than it is further back in the field. But here comes Ojeda again. Collision, and a big hit for Ojeda. Big hit for Ojeda.
How is that not a caution?
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Let's watch that one again.
I threw the caution. So, yeah, that was big.
What in the hell just happened there?
I think
Ojeda just went up the track.
I actually don't know because he got it settled down after the corner and it just all of a sudden snapped right.
He just went up the track and got into Antonucci, and around she went.
And that again was a thank God this is a simulator moment.
Oh, absolutely, because that was a basilar skull fracture waiting to happen. Well, there's one of the two cautions Kevin O'Brien needed.
Yeah.
As Brinson and Vickery gonna both stay out.
There goes O'Brien.
There goes O'Brien to get one of his laps back. And Taylor Burris stays out. Everybody behind him went pit side.
Yeah, and Ojeda back out of pit road, but he's going to be one lap down now, crucially. So next caution, Ojeda will be the lucky dog.
Not necessarily.
Well, O'Brien will get the EOL once he comes back around, which will put him behind Ojeda.
You got to remember, the sim gives you all lap cars grouped together at the pit tail of the field, so they're still both going to be back there.
That's true. So not the race Ojeda wanted to see at this point in time. Antonucci one lap ahead now of him.
Yeah, but the good news is Antonucci's only one spot ahead of him in scoring.
That's also true. So, Brinson going to lead this thing, but he's on older tyres. Same for Tyler Vickery, also on older tyres. Burris as well. Mark Walker might be having to pass these three. He will have to try and pass these three. He's going to have the advantage. He will be on fresher tyres, though, behind these guys.
Right, so as we're going to take a look at our top 10 right now. Walker, Hollingsworth, Crumry, Hagman, Ludwig, and Antonucci all have fresh shoes on the cars.
Yep. As do Ojeda, and I believe Kevin O'Brien's just come out of pit road as well. So
right.
And O'Brien actually going to be scored ahead of Ojeda because Ojeda got a EOL for entering a closed pits as well. So,
well, he kind of had no choice.
Yeah. So lights are off on the pace car. We are ready to get them going again. Unfortunately, that was race control had to throw that caution because too much debris on the track and Conor Ojeda's, well, bits of Conor Ojeda's car was everywhere at that point, so
yeah.
Had no choice. So
Field working his way down the back straightaway. Brinson going to have the button taking the outside line. Vickery not where he wants to be on the inside line trying to restart.
This is twice now he's been relegated to the inside line and he's not enjoying it whatsoever. Twice he's come up on the radio saying, "God damn it, I wish I was on the outside."
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. As pace car peels off.
Woke up from a little nap.
And Brinson not wasting any time. We're back on the green again. Bit of a wheel spin there from Mark Walker as they come towards turn one.
A lot of wheel spin, which is surprising on fresh tires, but cold tires in this car will try to kill you every time.
Yeah, it was Burris trying flirting with the apron there.
Little death wiggle for Vickery coming out of two.
Look at Taylor Burris. Taylor Burris is really taking it. He's got to slide up the track and almost contact there. Wow.
The arrow push is real.
Yeah, and look at Burris again. He's in his mind in the middle of all this. Almost contact between Hollingsworth and...
There's no almost about it. There was contact.
I think at this point, Burris just needs to stay high and stay out of everyone's way and let everyone by. Just catch a breath and get back into it. I believe that's exactly what he's just done.
And Tyler Vickery goes full send mode going into turn 1.
As Benson gets a case of the blinkies. Side by side, here comes Mark Walker as well, trying to make his way back to the front here. Vickery still on the inside there. Brinson going to keep it to the high side. And Brinson using that high line to his advantage there, gets a much bigger run than Vickery did. As here comes Mark Walker now to the outside of Vickery. Mark Walker moves up to second place now. Mark Walker on those fresh tyres. Really starting to come into play now as he's got to try and pass Brinson on the inside. Something we've not seen so far tonight. But Mark Walker makes it look just that easy. And we have... Conor Hayden voicing some displeasure there at the back of the field, but the fight's still going on between Scott Brinson and Mark Walker. Brinson taking the lead back from Walker there. Here comes Mark Walker again, drag race towards turn 3. Walker going to send it in there and back to the point now. And Brinson going to do the same, crosses him over, going into turn 1. Back to the point for Brinson. These guys are swapping places every 10 seconds. So we're going to step away for just a second for a quick commercial. We'll be right back in just a moment.
And he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Racely to the inside goes Logan Clapton is going to touch in. Pit press.
Saves it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though. As the line left of the racetrack, Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
An anxiety attack to me. That sounded like a very...
And we're back. Scott Brinson still shows the way. Mark Walker under attack right now from Tyler Vickery. Carl Crumry in the wings just lurking. Excuse me.
Yeah, Brinson's still leading. They say Mark Walker is still in second. They're still throwing absolute bombs at each other. Mark Walker and Scott Brinson. Tyler Vickers just sitting back there, watching the action unfold. And Paul Crumride back up to 4th place now, as the action is getting more and more intense as we are approaching the 50 lap mark.
We're closing in on the 50 lap mark, and you got to respect what some of these guys on older tires are doing. There's about a 10 lap difference between Brinson and Vickery on 25 lap old tires and Mark Walker on 15 lap old tires. So these guys are making the older tires work. So good on you, Sam, for tire wear not being a big factor tonight.
Yeah, Tony, just move your TeamSpeak box out of the screen. It's on the broadcast.
That crap. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Tire wear was not going to be a factor as long as I could help it, because I know this track loves to eat tires. So I wanted to minimize that as much as possible. I know fuel conservation is going to be a problem, but at least they'll have a steady car when it comes to tires underneath them when they do make their pit stop.
Well, the thing is, too, with this car, it has a different tire model than a lot of other cars in the sim. And the one thing I have noticed about the tire model in the Lotus 79 is it will try to kill you on full tires.
Yeah, it will.
Every time.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened to Jeffrey Goodpasser. I believe it looks like we almost had contact between Hagman and I believe that was Crum, right?
Yeah, there's no almost about it.
There was contact.
Let's see what happened there. Crumright eats the safer barrier, gets the death wiggle coming through the middle of 3, meeting of the minds, and around both of them go coming off of 4. And Ernie Ludwig race car to the face.
In a big way, Ernie Ludwig ended up on his roll hoop, and that looked scary. Yeah, Crumright, unfortunately involved in that. Kasagman. Oh, that was, oh.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Ernie Ludwig going into the catch fence, cockpit first. Helmet first, actually.
Yeah, that's another one of those, thank God this is a simulator moment. We've already seen 3 of them tonight.
Please, no more.
Yeah, no. No mas, no mas.
We don't like it. We don't like it.
Uncle Daddy, I don't like this game no more.
Scott Brinson finally brings a pit side. He's got to have Mark Walker with him. Brinson got to win the race off pit road here.
And Tyler Vickery stayed out. Connor Ojeda has just joined the I Hate Tyler Vickery fan club, as he was hoping to get the wave around. And Vickery just boned him.
And those two are meant to be really good friends as well. As there goes Vickery now, he's going to bring a pit side and let Connor take over and get that wave around. So good sportsmanship from Vickery there.
You got to be careful he doesn't hit that pit road commitment cone before the pace car, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a black flag, right? 3, 2, 1, and
oh, no.
Black flag. Well then.
He didn't get a black flag.
All right. So that's going to put O'Brien and Ojeda both back on the lead lap. Ernie Ludwig just finishing up towing, as is Paul Crumry. Wow, those were some hard hits.
We've had 3 in a row now. We can't take any more. Our hearts can't take it.
I know mine can't. Mean.
Oi.
Top of the morning to you, eh?
Top of the morning to you, eh?
That's gonna be a joke for the end of, till the end of time now. And if you're watching and you are the driver who this happened to, Sam decided to be the southbound end of a northbound horse last weekend when we were
During
in
the iRacing 24 hour.
during the 24 hours of Daytona. There was a young man who was driving for Team GT Ireland. The only problem was, if you look at the location of where the driver's from, Saskatchewan, Canada. So Sam, being the ever pillock that he is,
I'm being Irish.
and being part Irish, every time our DP would pass the GT car, Sam would queue up in Sim and go, "Top of the morning to you, eh?"
No, there's no disrespect towards any Canadian or Irish people. It's just, I just found it funny at the time that a Canadian man was driving for an Irish team, even though he was claiming to be Irish.
The only problem with Sam doing this was the first time he did it, I didn't realize he was going to be doing it. And has anybody ever had a Monster Energy drink come out their nose? It's not fun.
Yeah, you were in hysterics. Connor was in hysterics, and I believe Connor was behind the wheel at the time.
Yeah, Connor almost binned the car because of you.
Yeah.
So as the field working its way through the 3-4 complex, lights are out on the pace car. Brinson going to have... Oh, my God.
You were waiting for that one.
Oh.
Scott Brinson gets it going. We're back on the green. And despite having that big crash, Marcus Hagman up to third place. Not sure where he got that position from, but he's fighting with Jeff Hollingsworth and now going to fight with Mark Walker. Hagman up to second place. What a move there by the man in the 099.
Well, Hagman's got to make something happen right now because he's battling tooth and nail with Brinson for the number 5 spot. You know, only 23 points separate those two. And, you know, Hagman's got to keep on it. And Crumrye's got an uphill battle. He was only 9 points back from Brinson. He's not going to lose positions to Nate Siefker because Siefker's 20 back from him. But, you know, you're looking 7th place now.
Yeah. So, side-by-side racing between Scott Brinson and Mark Walker. Jeff Hollingsworth, who, remember, led the championship for the longest part of the season before deciding to back out halfway through. Battling out for that second spot. He's going to try and make it 3 wide here, or is he?
No, he is.
And decided almost immediately to back out of it.
Well, he was getting squeezed down pretty hard. And Crumrye looking to get his lap back the hard way as he's the 5th car in this train.
And that was Mark Walker's MO during the race at Auto Club. He was defending very heavily against people, and I think his biggest move was pinching people, and he didn't do it illegally, he didn't do it maliciously, he did it just the way it should have been done, and that's what he did there to Jeff Hollingsworth. He just pinched down ever so slightly just to add a bit more pressure to Jeff Hollingsworth and make him back off. And
well, it's one of those times where, you know, if you're doing it right, it's, I'm going to leave you a lane. A lane. You get to decide if we crash or not. But I'll give you a lane. I'm going to be sporting, and I'm going to give you a lane. That's all you're getting. It's up to you whether or not we make contact.
Yeah, and at the moment, Marcus Hagman really taking it to Mark Walker here as they're side by side going up to turn 3. Different feel at the front right now. I know Mark Walker started on the pole, but Marcus Hagman started further back in the field. In fact, he started back in P7 and he's made his way to the front now. He's I don't know how many different leaders we have had, but he's the latest one.
20 lead changes.
Wow.
Doesn't tell me how many leaders, but 20 lead changes.
That's a lot of leaders.
That's impressive. As Brinson working to the inside of Walker now, coming into the turn one. Brinson goes full send mode, looking to get a 2 for 1. Gets the clear on Hagman.
Brinson to the point now.
Brinson to the point. And two men that worked well together last week in the Rolex 24 at Daytona. Hagman and Hollingsworth looking to both get the spot away from Walker.
Problems for Antonucci. He's let Ernie Ludwig go. And Ludwig trying to get his lap back the hard way as well.
I'm thinking Johnny Antonucci realizes that he's got a spot to give over Connor Ojeda. And he wasn't making any ground on Taylor Burris. So looking to just... And when did Kevin O'Brien get more damage?
Well, speaking of damage with where Kevin O'Brien is, he needs to try and get up to Mark Walker as quickly as possible, because where he's sat compared to Mark Walker, he will lose that 11-point gap and he will lose that third place. So,
well, Sam, real quick,
on the pressure.
Are you seeing O'Brien's car with a nose cone or without?
With a nose cone.
Okay, then iRacing is just borked for me.
Yeah.
Because he's missing the entire front clip of the car.
No, it's still there for me.
Okay. Thanks, iRacing. Love you too. Oh, around goes Hollingsworth. Just caught the apron and got into... Wow.
Luckily, it was a single car incident, I think. Oh, no, Hagman involved as well.
Yeah, he bumped Hagman and just around the car went.
He caught somebody else as well. I believe that might have been...
Mark Walker.
Mark Walker.
Catching a race car to the face.
So, Kevin O'Brien's prayers might have been answered here. If Mark Walker's got damage, he's going to have to go in and repair it. And look at that, Mark Walker is missing half of his front wing, so Kevin O'Brien's prayers definitely have been answered right here.
And we're watching Hollingsworth right there just wash up the track, gets into the sensational Swede, and yeah, just tears the front end completely off Walker's car. And that's the second car tonight we've seen go helmet first into the catch fence.
We never said Homestead was going to be an easy track to navigate.
No, we never did. But holy cow, man.
That's going to promote Ernie Ludwig back onto the lead lap. Paul Crumroy probably going to stay out and... Oh no, Crumroy got the lucky dog.
Crumroy did get the lucky dog. He was
2 laps down.
Ludwig got a piece of it.
Oh, okay.
So Connor Ojeda desperately needed that one. As, wow. That Flintstone Flyer nose is torn asunder right now. But Connor Ojeda desperately needed that one. Why he didn't go pit side, I have no idea. Now he's going pit side. Okay.
Hollingsworth able to limp it back and get that fast repair and stay on the lead lap. So kudos going out to Hollingsworth there.
Well, he did land it on the wheels.
Yeah. But he's got to be careful from this point onwards. We are past halfway now, so...
Yep.
We're knocking this race out pretty quickly, to be fair.
So that's Sam Cooper Bennett, Isle of Cork, P.O. Box OU812. And if you want to text him in the middle of the night, it's 011-8675-309. If a lady answers, her name is Jen. She's a real nice girl.
I don't know anybody called Jenny.
I do.
That's the worst part about that joke. Tyler Burris up to second place, by the way.
I see that. And look who's leading again.
Yeah, Tyler Vickery.
Hey, look who finally gets to decide where he gets to restart.
I know. Wait, I've just got to mute my mic for a second. I need to talk to Tyler.
Oh, God. Why do I have a feeling this is going to end poorly? Anyway,
as Connor Hayder spamming the in-game chat saying that he is a member of the Nate Siefka 10X fan club. So
I don't know, I just woke up from a little nap. It's a little dark, but you guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
and for those of you not familiar with the Nate Siefka 10X Club, yeah.
And last week's podium was dedicated to the 10X fan club.
Yes, it was. And I dare say that this week's championship will be dedicated to the Nate Siefka 10X fan club.
Provided that it goes the right way for Mr. Ojeda, because there's still a long way to go.
From right now, Sam, if my even low-powered gazintas are working properly, Johnny Antonucci has to win the race, and Connor Ojeda has to finish in 11th right now.
Yeah, but like I said, anything could happen between now and lap 125, so anyone could win this at this point. We've had so many different lead changes, it's unreal, as it looks like Vickery actually chose the inside line for this restart.
Why? I have no idea.
Pace car is off.
Green flag.
And that's why. What a restart for Tyler Vickery there.
What a restart for Vickery as Brinson and Walker going side by side, and here comes Hollingsworth as well. You got to wonder if Vickery, though, is a sitting duck going into 3 as Burris looks to the inside, goes full send mode on the young gunner.
Flirting with the apron though.
Vickery tries to cross him over. Give that lap to Burris, though.
Bonus point for Burris.
And Brinson blinking heavily again.
Yeah, but in third place regardless. Burris falling backwards.
Second place.
Yeah, Burris is starting to fall backwards. I think he just wanted the bonus point and then call it done. But coming up the track in front of Mark Walker. Oh,
that could have ended poorly.
That almost did end poorly.
Did you say poorly or Paulie? Because I'm going to tell Paul you called him Paulie if that's the case.
Poorly.
Because Paul Crumright was right there and could have very easily been collected. As Brinson goes full send mode on the young gunner.
And gets him.
And gets him as Brinson back to the lead. And he's being chased down by the 2 Gallus cars.
Remember, this is one of Scott Brinson's favourable tracks in the Top Fuel Racing Series, so he knows how to win around here. Soon as he is located in Florida, but not for long because he's moving up to Tennessee soon. So
yeah, we won't hold that against him though.
As here comes Hollingsworth now going to try and take the inside line on Vickery. Brinson blinking again.
Badly too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the top 4 are starting to check out a little bit as Hagman and Crumry is a lap down. Hagman sitting in 5th. His battle for second still side. Oh, contact!
And that was Vickery that had the contact and had to go high to avoid everything else. No damage from those guys, though.
Well, luckily it was wheel to wheel and not wheel to side pod, or else there would have been a lot of aero damage on Victory's car.
Actually, there might be some damage on Vickery's car because he's starting to lose the top 3 now.
No, that's just the way the draft works.
Okay. As there comes Hollingsworth.
I was going to say, if there was damage on Vickery's car, there would be damage on Hollingsworth's car as well. As Hollingsworth, full send mode, going into 3, gets the spot away from Brinson. Brinson keeps his foot in it, though, tries to keep it wound up in that second lane. Give that lap to Hollingsworth. As we are starting lap 74 of 125.
Yeah, we're approaching 50 to go here. And it could be, it's anybody's game at this point. There's so many lead changes and so many people that could take this win here tonight.
And we are going to take a quick look back in the pack. There's Taylor Burris, who started on the outside of row 1 on this last restart. There's Johnny Antonucci right behind him. And look who's stalking Antonucci right now.
Yep. Cue the soundbite.
Actually, no, I take that back. The reason why we're doing this race this early, more appropriate for Connor.
Oh, yeah, because wrestling.
You just made the list.
As soon as this broadcast is over, make sure you go over to the WWE Network and check out the 2019 Royal Rumble, which will be taking place in about, well, it's already started now, but yeah, probably
it's only the men's Rumble right now. I want to see the women's Rumble.
That's why Tony's trying to get through this race as quickly as possible.
I don't have WWE Network because I refuse to pay $9.95 a month.
First month is free though.
I still refuse to pay $9.95 a month.
$9.95. I paid $9.99.
Of course, it would still require me to have a TV, which I don't have.
You don't need a TV, just a computer screen.
That's okay. Meanwhile, back up at the front, still throw a blanket over your top 4 as Brinson, Walker, Hollingsworth, and Vickery still slugging it out. Crumry has started to catch the tail end of this pack, looking to get his lap back the hard way.
Mark Walker to the point now.
Walker in full send-it mode.
Mark Walker looking for his second oval win in a row here. Remember, he won last time we were on an oval, which was at Auto Club. Or Fontana, sorry. We like to keep the classic names in here. As Jeff Hollingsworth and Tyler Vickery still right there. Yeah, I know Auto Club is in Fontana, California.
No, anybody want to just go ahead and just let Sam know about what's going on there?
I know you're going to tell me, so just tell me.
Track's always been Auto Club, bud.
I know. But anyway, I get them wrong every now and again. I mean, I got one right. I called Sonoma Sears Point for the race there, so...
Yeah, the only thing is we didn't have the full-on classic Sears Point layout, but it was close enough. Horseshoes and hand grenades.
These guys, speaking of hand grenades, these are just absolutely throwing bombs at each other right now. Scott Brinson looking to get another oval win on his record here tonight. He currently has 4 oval wins, I believe.
I believe you're right.
1, 2, 3. No, 3. Because that streak got broken by Ronnie Osborne back at Texas.
Yeah. So, as you take a look at who's got wins this season, Mark Walker's got 2, Scott Brinson's got 3, Nate Seifer, who is not here tonight, has 3, Sage Karam has 2, Dylan Vos has 1, and Sean Scott has 1.
Chris Bouchard has 2 as well. Because he won last week.
Yes, Chris Bouchard has 2 as well.
Yeah.
The only thing is, Bouchard joined way late in the season and was unable to make up all those points, so, and he's not here tonight, unfortunately.
He only wanted to race the California races anyway. I think there was only one race that he attended that wasn't in California, and that was Watkins Glen.
Yeah, and that's only because Watkins Glen is arguably the greatest road course in the history of ever.
You're not wrong. I love that track.
It's my home track. I grew up 90 minutes from that track.
I still think Silverstone is the best track in the world, but that's me. That's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe Brands Hatch.
All right, I'll give you Brands Hatch as one of your top 3.
Donington Park?
Not a fan.
Monza, that's a good one.
Okay. So top 3 tracks in the world: Watkins Glen, Brands Hatch, Monza. Change my mind.
Yeah.
You people, I know you people are watching in the chat. Go ahead and change my mind.
Yes, Ronnie, we know you won at Texas. Stop reminding us. As Ronnie,
I'm sorry, Ronnie. I couldn't hear you from all the way down there in the point standings. What were you saying?
Oh, that's a zinger. That's a zinger.
Oh, sorry, I had to go there.
Oh, wow.
Anyway. You need to race more often, Junior.
Yeah, you need to get yourself a computer in that college dorm of yours. And better internet. Anyway, back to the race. We're still seeing Mark Walker and Scott Brinson absolutely throwing hand grenades at each other. Vickery and Hollingsworth throwing hand grenades at each other as well. But look who's joined that little fight now. Hagman has been using the draft off Paul Crumrye to get himself back up towards the top 4. So watch him to maybe throw a few bombs in that area as well.
So the one thing I do want to point out to you, Sam, Tyler Vickery, 38 laps on his tires right now. And he's still hanging with these guys with about half that.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point now where if you pit now, you can probably make it from here. So, if Vickery pits
you got an outside chance, yeah.
If Vickery pits now, he could probably make it to the end.
If it stays green.
Well, it's stayed green for this. Well, you can get your hate mail comment. That's Tony Trapasso, Marietta, Ohio at PO Box OU812. But yeah, if he pits now, knowing that the other guys have to pit as well, he could be in a very, very good position come the end of the race. So, kind of like the position he was in at Pocono. But here comes Hagman though, going to spoil the party here, going to try and take the position away from Vickery to the inside. Not going to make it work this time round. Going to try it again through 3 and 4 as Hollingsworth almost gets into the back of Mark Walker. And it's like Kevin O'Brien's starting to join that party as well now.
Yes. And
they've left.
Go ahead.
They've left Antonucci and Conor Ojeda for dead.
Well, they're running 8th and 9th respectively. Antonucci in 8th, Ojeda in 9th. So O'Brien would have to really dig deep right here and pull this one out with a victory in order to jump Antonucci.
And with how he's running right now and catching the top 5, it's possible. It's possible.
Well, the good news is, with O'Brien running in 6th, Walker's only in 2nd. You know, that's still within striking distance of maintaining the top 3.
Yeah. As Walker and Brenton's still slugging it out. Here comes Hollingsworth as well. Down to the inside of Walker now. And Jeff Hollingsworth was another one that would love a win on the season. Not had a win yet this season. Would love one now.
Not had one on the season. Led the first part of the season. And Vickery's going pit side.
Yeah, that's where it is. That's it now.
44 laps.
He knows that everybody else has to pit. He needs to slow down. Oh. I think he might have got a penalty there.
Well, we're about to find out as we're going to follow the pit stop of the young gunner. Remember, 6 to 7 seconds. No, he didn't. No penalty. Talk about charging the cones.
Now, knowing that the other guys in front of him have to make a pit stop, this might be where Tyler Vickery gets his advantage.
Hollingsworth taking it pit side.
The green flag pit stops are underway now. Jeff Hollingsworth in pit road, the first of the top 3 to blink. As Vickery lets Johnny Antonucci by. And Johnny Antonucci is a lap ahead, but Vickery is on fresher tyres.
Looks like he's dropping back to pick up Connor.
Maybe. O'Brien's in. Hollingsworth down and away. O'Brien in pit road right now. Let's see if he can use this early pit stop to close the gap between himself and Mark Walker. And the answer is no. He just overshot his pit box.
Ah, crap.
As Brinton and Mark Walker still side by side going through turn 1. These guys just cannot be separated right now.
O'Brien may have short pitted it because he was only 5.5 seconds actually in his box. He may have taken fuel only.
Yeah.
And
like
Ojeda's in.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, tyre wear is not really a factor here. As O'Brien did come out behind Hollingsworth, despite the short fuel. That might be because he overshot his pit box as well. So Ojeda down and away now.
Ojeda took tires.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on Walker, Brinson, Hagman, Antonucci, Crumright, and Ludwig to go pit side. Everybody else has been down pit road.
And we didn't see it. Tyler Vickery has actually made the pass on Hollingsworth and got ahead of him. Vickery is on a charge right now, Tony.
Yes, he is. As far as cars that have pitted, Vickery is leading that whole grouping. And he's right behind Johnny Antonucci, so he's able to save a little bit of fuel right now.
The top 4 still not pitted yet. We know Brinson and Mark Walker will try and make it as far as they can, but the longer they go, the more it falls into Tyler Vickery's hands at this point. Because he's not that far behind if you think about it, albeit 1 lap down.
Well, the other thing, too, is you take a look at the lap times. Mark Walker's last lap was a 28.4. Tyler Vickery's last lap was a 28.4.
Yeah. So if Mark Walker can only get those lap times in the draft, and Vickery's getting those lap times on his own, because let's face it, he's not close enough to get that kind of a draft, that much of a pull off Johnny Antonucci.
Not really.
As I think Hollingsworth has got problems here because Kevin O'Brien is actually catching him now. And is looking to make a pass on him. Mark Walker's coming in. So the leader is in.
He's going to hand the lead of the race over to Scott Brinson. Marcus Hagman sitting in second. Antonucci now up into third. All three of those drivers still have to pit.
Yes, they do. As Vickery's still trying to look for his lap back.
Brinson goes pit side. That's going to allow Hagman to get a bonus point for leading a lap here. Which he desperately needed considering Mark Walker had gotten bonus points already.
Marcus Hagman has already got the bonus point for leading a lap. He did lead a lap earlier on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Hagman's still staying out, so he knows something that we don't. As Vickery, I believe, is about to move ahead of Scott Brinson. If Brinson cannot get out ahead, he's down and away. Vickery just coming through turns 3 and 4 now. And Vickery actually, Mark Walker actually managed to get out ahead of Tyler Vickery. So great pit stop by Walker. I think he only took fuel as well.
He did.
Oh, look at this, Tony. Mark Walker just coming out side by side with Brinson. Mark Walker gets out ahead of Brinson. Brinson doing exactly the same thing and only taking fuel. So the top three, everybody's pitted except for Marcus Hagman. Hagman has lapped the whole field.
And Crumrye just got it all wrong going pit side.
Oh, no. Don't really want to see that at this point in the race. As Hagman finally brings the pit side.
Locks him up and just slid.
So that is going to promote Mark Walker back to the lead. Scott Brinson is not far behind him.
Not yet, it will, anyways.
Yeah. Brinson is blinking heavily now. Marcus Hagman down and away. Here come Mark Walker and Scott Brinson. He's not going to be up to speed enough, and Mark Walker retakes the lead with Scott Brinson right behind him. Here comes Tyler Vickery. Side by side, and Vickery takes away third place.
That's what 5 mile an hour difference will do for you.
I feel that once he's up to speed, though, Marcus Hagman will be all over the back of Tyler Vickery, as Vickery now has got a lot of wear on those tyres compared to Marcus Hagman.
And if you look right now, Vickery's got an angry pack of wolves behind him.
Yeah, he does.
You got Hagman, Hollingsworth, and O'Brien all sitting right there.
As Brinson to the point again.
I forgot to change my alarm clock. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Bit of light entertainment on the way. As Brinson back to the point, Mark Walker trying to get that lead back again. Tyler Vickery is sitting in third there. You see Marcus Hagman in fourth, but under a lot of pressure from Jeff Hollingsworth. Kevin O'Brien right there as well. Side by side, and Jeff Hollingsworth is going to take away fourth place if he's got enough speed coming out of turn 2. He does. And Hollingsworth up to 4th place now, but got Brinson still throwing hand grenades with Mark Walker. They are side by side. Mark Walker has to find him behind. Try and get a slingshot going across the line. Mark Walker just cannot get around that 14 right now. Scott Brinson making that car as wide as possible as we are getting to the closing stages of this race, Tony.
Very much so. 12 to go currently, and the 2 leaders have just checked out. Brinson and Walker in a league of their own right now.
Yeah, 2.6 seconds the gap. Brinson still.
And Hollingsworth has caught Vickery.
And he's got him as well.
2 of the older tires on the track going to work right now.
I believe Vickery has the oldest because I don't think he took tyres in that pit stop. So, and remember, he didn't pit under the last caution, so he is on really, really old tyres. He's on Flintstone tyres
No,
right
Kevin
now.
O'Brien didn't take tires. Tyler Vickery did.
Oh, okay. So, Kevin O'Brien's the man on Flintstone tyres right now.
Very much so.
And you can definitely tell.
It doesn't seem to be hampering him that much until he gets up real close.
We are 10 to go here, Scott, Tony. Oh my God, I'm thinking of Scott because Scott Brinson is side by side still with Mark Walker. These guys are just not backing down whatsoever. Both of them hungry for another win here. Almost contact through 1 and 2. This is getting close between Brinson and Walker.
Wow.
They're not backing down. They're staying side by side. They will just not back down at all.
9 to go. It's going to be 8 at the stripe. Something's got to give.
They're still side by side as they cross the line, almost banging wheels. They are banging wheels. Oh my
3 1
God.
thousandths of a second.
Mark Walker almost got the clear. Brinson has to duck down a bit to try and keep alongside the 00, but has to back out of it. Brinson now back to 2nd place. Mark Walker now in the lead. Oh my God, I did not predict this happening at the start of the race.
Not like it's going right now. Quick check of your point standings.
Mark Walker's going to get 3rd place in the standings after this.
Mark Walker has a good shot. Nah, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. With the bonus, it's tied. With the bonus point for leading the lap, it's tied. And in case you folks are wondering what we were figuring out, let me bring this up real quick. Walker and O'Brien, 11 points separate those two for 3rd place. Walker has to win. O'Brien has to hold court where he is. And they're tied for 3rd.
I'm wondering with Connor Ojeda where he is as well. Mark Walker's going to close that gap to Ojeda considerably. He's not going to take the championship lead. That's obvious because he's 55 points back. But he's going to cut that gap considerably if he wins this.
Well,
It's just a shame that's the last race of the season.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing is... No, there's not enough points.
No. Now, Walker's out of the championship running, but Kevin O'Brien is. But O'Brien is mired back in that pack there and battling it out with Vickery and Hagman and Hollingsworth for that 3rd spot. So 3rd place might not be so bad for O'Brien. He just needs to find his way past these three.
All he's got to do is get by Hagman, and he's got a lock on 3rd place in points.
Yeah.
He needs 1 spot, even if Walker wins, and he's got the lock on 3rd. With 3 to go, Walker and Brinson just still full send mode.
Absolute getting it.
Coming through 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks coming out this time by.
I'll let you close this one out, Tony, because I know you want to see this one this exciting conclusion, and this is your broadcast, so I'll let you do it.
Brinson gets the clear. Walker drops in behind him, gets a little bit of a toe coming off of turn number 2. Into turn number 3 they go, side by side. They bang wheels and Brinson into the wall. Walker into the wall.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the caution is out.
The caution is out. That's going to end the race. Jeff Hollingsworth stealing one. Tyler Vickery coming home in second. Marcus Hagman for third.
Oh my God.
And that just gave Kevin O'Brien third place in points.
I might have even given him second place in points. I'm not sure.
No. Maybe. No, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. No, not enough. But let's go back and take a look there. And it was one of those things we were talking about earlier, Sam, where it's I'm going to give you a lane, and it's up to you as to whether or not we wreck. And here we are coming out of turn number 2. There's Walker using a little bit of a pull down the back straightaway. It's a drag race into 3. This is what the chopper picked up. And just boom.
And the most important thing here, Tony, is that we have officially crowned a new champion. Conor Ojeda is your champion in the BOFA Indy Classic Series. Big congratulations going out to that man in the number 17.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to Connor. No wins on the season, but you've got to respect that kid's consistency. Showed up to every race, showed up ready to play, and did what he needed to do to bring home the championship.
Yeah, and with that, Tony, I believe we can have a word with. Do you want to speak to the top 3? Well, you can.
Let's talk to. We're going to reach out first to the man who just had the victory fall into his lap. First win on the season. Probably not the way he was hoping to get it. Sam, I believe you're with Jeff Hollingsworth now.
Yeah, Jeff, you took a few races out due to other commitments, but you came back just to see this one out with the rest of the guys and literally just had a win handed to you. How do you feel about that?
That lucky horseshoe thing. I need to go buy some lottery tickets.
You're not wrong. There's some great racing between the top 2, and I saw the great racing you and Tyler Vickery were having as well. You guys were just all going at it. I mean, a nice, huge green flag run. Were you expecting that to end the way it did? Because Scott and Mark, they were racing clean, but it just all ended in one bad move. And yeah, you're coming away with a victory here tonight. Were you expecting that to happen?
Not at all. I was expecting P3, and actually, because I'm not in the points, I was going to back out on the last lap and let the points guys have my points. So, but it froze the field, so I had to stay there. And yeah, I'll be back next season. That other league fizzled out, so I ended up third in it. But I knew you guys were having this, and I knew the numbers were a little bit low. And it's Sunday, man. I race on Sunday, so I'm happy to be here. Appreciate you putting this on, Sam.
Yeah, speaking of Sundays, we do not go anywhere. We are back with a new series in 2 weeks' time with the IRO 5s. Not sure if the IRO 5 is a car you prefer, but do you reckon you can turn up for that one?
I'm going to be here. I'll be racing this season. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So we'll see you in 2 weeks at Chicagoland. Just give us your thoughts on that as we go towards that first race.
Looking forward to it. Never actually driven that car, so I'll get some seat time in it and just show up and have some fun with you guys like usual.
Yeah, we always have fun with you. I mean, you joined us for the Daytona 24 Hours. I mean, we had fun in that. I mean, again, I speak for Tony as well. We got to thank you for your commitment in that team. I mean, helping us get to third place as well. Really appreciate your hard work in that team. And we know you're a capable driver. We definitely know what you're capable of. You proved that here tonight with the win. Yeah, so good result here tonight, Jeff.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Yeah, I had a blast in the 24. Look forward to running some more of those long events with you guys. That to me is just the epitome of doing the online thing, is being with a team and getting to a goal at the end there, and driving those DPs is a lot of fun. So I look forward to Sebring.
Oh yeah, I hope you can join us for that one.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, congratulations.
Who won the championship? Who won?
Who won the race? The Connor won the championship. Yeah.
Awesome. So congratulations to Connor, and good job on anybody that finished up there, and you know, seeing it through and sticking with this league. It's a good league. It's a lot of fun, and I appreciate you, and of course the ESBN Broadcasting Network, and thanks a lot, fellas. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Oh, Jeff, before you go, is anybody you'd like to thank as well? Any other people?
Just, you guys in the broadcast, and, everybody that comes and races clean and does it like I do, and just have fun. That's all we do, is have a good time. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Awesome result again, Jeff, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Chicagoland.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Tony.
All right. So, where do we want to go next?
Tyler Vickery is not in TeamSpeak, so I guess the next person to speak to will be Mr. Hagman.
We are going to reach out to the man who finished third tonight and clinched fifth in points from doing so, Mr. Marcus Hagman. Marcus, congratulations on the podium finish on the track and the I'm losing my mind. Sorry, the podium finish on track and the
fifth overall.
Fifth overall in points. Thank you. Yes.
Trying to say. well, thank you, and good evening, guys.
So, talk to us your thoughts how the race went. We noticed you were off strategy a little bit there towards mid-race.
Yeah, like normal, I was trying to do my own thing. Came together with Paul Kermrye there. I don't know what happened, if I came up or he came down, but if I came up, I do apologize.
Paul Kermrye hit the wall and he was trying to save it. That's what happened.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Then I don't need to apologize, but I do that anyway. Yeah, I was trying to do my own strategy as normal. Unfortunately, I forgot to uncheck the tires on the last pit stop, which made it a couple of seconds longer than I was expecting. But I'm taking third again, lucky, but I finished the race.
That's half the battle sometimes.
True.
As we saw the number one and number two on track at the time both take each other out. So, that was a wild finish, Marcus. And, we noticed you were able to duck a couple of dumpster fires throughout the night. It just
finally.
Yeah, finally is right. But, your thoughts going into the final handful of laps, did you think you had any shot of hanging on to fifth place in points with Scotty as far up as he was?
Yeah, I had like 20 so points, I think, ahead, which should have been enough as long as I finished top 5. I don't think I had anything for the guys in front of me, Jeff and Tyler, but I was trying hard, and you never know.
Fair enough.
Since the first and second guy crashed, maybe the third and fourth guy also crash and I win.
Yeah.
Stranger things had happened.
We have seen stranger things happen, and we're expecting more of the same stranger things happening as the series moves to a new car in a couple of weeks. Your thoughts on going to the old Dallara chassis, the IR05, if you will? How much seat time do you have in that one? Your thoughts on that car as a whole?
I can say the only seat time I have in it is Charlotte, but a lot of laps, and also some Phoenix, I think. But that's about it. I like the car. Let's see how it performs on the road tracks. I never tried that before, but it's always a fair thing for everything.
Fair enough. Well, Marcus, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank?
Oh, thank you guys. As always, you do a phenomenal job. And congratulations on the first finished league as a league owner there, Sam.
Yeah, it was all right.
And I want to thank my team, Team Vikings, and also Saab, who is back on my car.
Nice.
Scania or better?
Yeah, but they do exist.
Anyways, Marcus, congratulations on the podium tonight. Congratulations on coming home with a top 5 in points.
Thank you, buddy, and have a nice
evening.
Sir.
So that was Mr. Marcus Hagman. And
I'll let you have this one.
No, it's your baby, Sam. Joining Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett now, the man of the hour, the first ever. I'll let you do it, Sam. Go ahead.
The first ever BOFA Indy Classic Series champion, Connor Hayder, going home $50 richer in iRacing credits. How do you feel about finally bringing home that championship tonight?
Feel fucking amazing right now. Sorry for the language, but I'm just excited.
We don't blame you, but you drove a very controlled race there, just sitting in the midfield. You knew exactly what you had to do, and you did it to perfection. Just talk us through your race there, as you knew that all you had to do was just finish the race to bring home the title tonight.
Well, early on in the race, first little part, I was just trying to feel how the car would feel by itself, and then a little bit with traffic. Once the first caution came out, I was like, okay, I want to see what exactly this car will do when I start making passes and getting up towards the people up in front. I tried to get up front, got around Johnny a little bit. Then Johnny kept getting back around me, and I was like, okay, something's got to change because I'm not going to be playing this back and forth battle for 125 laps. So on the front stretch, I try to go around him, trying to see maybe if I give him enough courage to show him, hey, I'm side by side with you. I want this position. Maybe he'll back off and just play it easy. And I looked back on the replay about it, and it looks like he came down into me, and that's when I got into the wall and stamped through the caution, and I had to take a fast repair. But after that, I pretty much...
I had to. There was debris all over the track.
I took it. After that, I was like, okay, I need to just calm down. I got this. I need to just relax and focus on just running clean laps. Don't pass anybody. Just run my own race, and that's what I did. And then me and Kevin O'Brien made an audible of he won the lap down because he had his issues with earlier on. I had my issues. We got back on the lead lap, me and him. We made an audible of, hey, we're pitting on lap 100. He won a little bit after that, but I decided I'm pitting on a lap 100, and then I should be good on fuel. I took about 5.5 to 6 gallons of fuel at the end, and gapped Johnny by 4 to 5 seconds in front of him. And here I am in TeamSpeak because I was looking in my relatives, seeing if Johnny was catching me, which he wasn't. But I was afraid I would catch Taylor Burke in front of me, and that would slow me down and give Johnny the advantage to catch me, which it didn't play out that way. But I saw Mark Walker was having a good race. I'm sorry, Mark, that you got caught up in that last wreck. It sucks for you. I really hope you would have won just to see how the points would have played out. But yeah, it's just trying to hold them off and everything. And I was telling Scotty, get around him. Just get around him. That's all I need you to do. Just get around him. And I know those two were having a good battle up front, and it kind of sucks it came down under a caution. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked that I won the championship. I just want to give a shout out to Sam, Tony for putting this on. Shout out to Sage too. I know his dog died a couple days ago. My dog died a couple years ago, 2010 to be exact, and it's not easy. But I'm praying for you, Sage.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, Connor, you have done what you needed to do. You've come home with the championship here tonight. I can hear that you're a bit emotional. This has got to be a very special one, I believe. Is this your first ever championship that you've won?
I think I won an A fixed or A open on iRacing a couple years back when it was a CLT car. Finished like top 3 in a league with the old CLT a couple years back. But yeah, this is my first open wheel championship. I have the 24 Hours of Daytona in my history books. A P3 on the podium. No, that was before that.
Oh, okay.
I finished 2016. We won overall, number 1. Won a 6 Hours of the Glen a couple years back, and then P3 recently with you, Tony, Jeff, Byron, and if I Marcus, can't forget Marcus. Yeah.
So, Connor, looking ahead to a couple of weeks, I know you've just won this championship and it won't give you much time to settle down. There is another championship beginning in a couple of weeks at Chicagoland in the IRO 5s. Just give your thoughts going towards that one.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully there's some way for us to put some white jacker into the car with the setups, because that will help a ton, but I'm pretty sure with the fixed setup you can't change anything. But I'm looking forward to running a lot more endurance races now that I have a little bit of time off.
Yeah, and Sebring is only a month away, so we should start getting practicing with that one. I have turned some laps in the car, and yeah, we've got a lot of work to do with that. But anyway, Connor, Tony, any words for yourself from yourself for Connor?
Helps if I turn my mic back on. Yeah, Connor, congratulations. Just showing that consistency is what should win championships. As I always like to say, he might not be the fastest horse in the barn, but that horse is still running at the end of the event. And congratulations on proving that mindset correct with bringing home the inaugural championship here in the BOFA Classic Series.
Thank you, Tony.
Anyway, Connor, we're going to let you go and celebrate your championship win. I will be sending you your €50 iRacing credits soon, so be sure to check out that.
Hold on a second. Did you just say €50?
$50.
Oh, okay.
Don't get the poor lad excited.
I know, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to send you $50 of iRacing credits very soon, so be sure to be checking that out. And yeah, for one last time, congratulations on your championship win.
Thank you.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank for that anyway, by the way?
I just want to thank you guys for putting this on, because it was, when I first started, I was like, okay, this is going to be a tough competition because we got Sage and a bunch of fast guys in it, but unfortunately a lot of people didn't run the whole season. So that kind of played in my favor. But hopefully the next series goes pretty decent. We get some good turnout. Just want to thank you guys for putting that out. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. And hopefully I can see you guys at the Indy 500 if I go this year.
Hopefully. I'm hoping to be there.
I'm probably not going to make it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But anyway, Connor, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well, actually, we might see you Wednesday at Homestead again for Top Fuel Racing.
Yeah, if it snows, hopefully.
Scott, I know you just joined us in here. Is there any words you want to share to Connor before we let him go?
Yeah, I was just walking out the door to grab a pizza, but I'm glad I looked over here. I wanted to take a minute to step away from the moment that just happened with me and be the bigger person and come in here and congratulate Mr. Connor. Connor, congratulations and welcome to the championship club, dude. you got your first iRacing Drivers Championship, and you earned it, man. So good job, dude.
Thanks. We'll have to have a beer when we go to Indy.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you a track dog, too. Anyway, I'm going to go get my pizza. Speaking of food, good racing tonight, guys. And Sam, like I said earlier in the post that I put on Facebook, man, congratulations on completing your first season here as a league owner, dude. And I know there's ups and downs with the league, but just hang with it, man. And, you know, just look at the long-term things.
Yeah, and we're going to look ahead to Chicagoland as well in 2 weeks as well, so that should be a decent series to contend in. But
I know, man. Well, you guys have a good night.
All right, so Connor, congratulations on the championship. Scotty, we'll be seeing you on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the Rumble, everybody. I'm rooting for CM Punk to come back personally, but I know it ain't happening. Later.
Anywho.
That was Connor Ojeda. Should we speak to our other three that finished in the top 3 points?
Absolutely, as we're going to reach out now. We're going to bring both of them into the booth. Johnny Antonucci coming home second place in points with one of the most hard-fought battles I believe I've seen in forever as far as a points championship goes. Johnny, congratulations on the podium in the championship final standings.
Thank you, Tony.
But I know it probably wasn't the way you were hoping it was going to end, but you know, all things considered, with some of the names that have shown up all season long, you got to, that's got to put a feather in your cap to say, hey, I was top 3 in points with the likes of Sage Karam and the Nate Seifkers of the world, and Damon Martinez showed up, and all these names that you when you show up to an open wheel event, they're usually the names that you're expecting to see running up in front. And when all is said and done, and Johnny, this goes out to both you and Kevin, your names are top 3 in points with Connor Ojeda, who was able to win the championship. But it's got to be something you guys got to be proud of.
Yeah, I'm stoked about it. Pretty cool. Old guy from Jersey, Yeah, thank you guys all. Congratulations to Connor and Kevin. I messed Kevin up a couple of weeks ago. It would have been tighter for me and him. But all the guys I race with every week, you guys are the best.
Kevin, your thoughts on
that? These guys. We learned a lot from racing with all these guys. And it was a tough car to drive besides,
Yeah, definitely. The Lotus 79, not one of the easiest cars to get a handle on, but you guys seem to do pretty well with it all season long. Kevin, your thoughts? Let's back up a little bit, because with 5 to go, Kevin, I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but you were actually tied for 3rd place in points with Mark Walker had Mark won the race. Kevin?
I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, but with the battle that was going on ahead of me with Jeff and Marcus and
Tyler,
Vickery, and Tara, I just backed out of it, thinking, oh, yep, these guys are going to work. I'll be able to pick up the points. But when that caution came out, I didn't expect it to be Mark and Scott, and I've gone, oh, okay, if that's the caution, where does Mark finish? What happens next? And yeah, as you can see, it was Mark that was involved with the last caution, so I didn't want to see the end of the race like that, but hey, it's racing. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and usually does. But definitely congratulations, gentlemen, on a hard-fought finish. Kevin, Johnny, you guys were just consistent all season long, able to get the finishes that you needed to be able to to maintain those positions in the point standings. Moving forward, we're going to start with Johnny here. Your thoughts of the series moving to the old Dallara chassis, the IR05 or Dallara 2011 as iRacing calls it, in a couple weeks as we go to Chicagoland.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like those cars.
Now I know
I haven't drove them in a while since like the first season racing with you guys.
I was going to say I know you probably haven't been in the seat of that one since Sam and I were in the cockpit together before we started doing the whole broadcasting thing with a league that I believe is no longer racing, but Chicagoland usually puts up some pretty good racing. Your thoughts on going there in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good season with those cars. With all these guys, they get a few new guys. And that incident with Connor, I don't think I came down on him. I talked to him in TeamSpeak.
Yeah, it looked from our standpoint, because as a matter of fact, I was actually on the chopper view of Kevin at the time. It looked like Connor pinched up on you to kind of give you a hey, I'm here kind of deal, but yeah, it's a moot point now. But Kevin, we're gonna go back to you. Same question. Your thoughts going to the IR05 in a couple weeks?
Oh man, I've missed these ages. When I first started aero racing and got up to C cars, these were the first ones I actually driven in open wheel. I'm looking forward to it. As for Chicago ran, I usually get mixed results with this race, so and I'll be doing the same thing like I always do. I'll just take it each race one at a time and go on from there.
That's all we can ever hope to do, I guess. But gentlemen, again, congratulations on the podium and the final point standings. I know you both are looking to build on this momentum moving forward to next season, and I know we're going to see Kevin. I know we're definitely going to see you on Wednesday night as we come back here with the IR18. Johnny, Are you going to be joining us on Wednesday night?
Yes, I'll be there.
All right. So I believe that's going to do it for us. Sam, any final thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, just a fantastic season, and yeah, it's just been excitement all season long. I mean, congratulations to the top three. I have sent out. I'm in the process of sending out your prize money now. Connor, you won $50. Johnny, you come home with $35 for finishing second, and Kevin, you get $15 for finishing third. But you guys definitely put on a show all season, and yeah, you definitely, all three of you, deserve to be in the top three. So congratulations to all three of you.
Thank you, Sam.
I just want to say one thing before we end the broadcast. I just want to say congratulations to Johnny on this second place in the championship, and I also want to say congratulations to Kevin on his third place. I've known Kevin since I've started iRacing. We used to run trucks and oval together and rookies together when I first started. He's like one of those brothers where he's like, hey, you know, I know this guy when I first started iRacing back in 2012. So to come and join this league and have somebody I raced with back in rookies in a series like this is phenomenal. And I just want to give a hand out to him and tell him, good job.
Thanks, Connor, and congratulations on the championship too, brother.
You'll get one of these days, dude.
All right, group hug time as Sam and I are going to go over the final point standings. Connor Ojeda coming home with the championship. Johnny Antonucci hanging on for second. Kevin O'Brien in third. Mark Walker in fourth. And Marcus Hagman rounding out your top five. Sam?
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm actually sending out money. And sixth was Connor Ojeda. Seventh.
No. Point standings, Sam.
Oh, point standings. Okay. Point standings was sixth was Scott Brinton. Seventh was Paul Crumray. Eighth was Nate Siefka. Ninth, after his result tonight, was Tyler Vickery, bumping Ernie Ludwig down to 10th and James Bunce down to 11th. So 2 spots picked up there by Tyler Vickery. So good for him. Sage Karam 13th. 14th was Bradley Allison. 15th, David Martinez. 15th was Dylan Vose. 16th was Joe Morganti. 17th was Kevin Pasquich. 18th, Jake Champion. 19th, actually joint 18th with Jake Champion and Sean Scott, both on 156 points. And rounding out your top 20, joint 20th were Chris Bean and Chris Bouchard, Tony.
All right, so that is going to do it for us. We will see you in 2 weeks from Chicagoland as we debut the ESBN Retro Series using the old Dallara chassis, the IRO5, for those of you who are Indy purists. For Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, this is Tony Trapasso saying congratulations to Connor Ojeda, Johnny Antonucci, and Kevin O'Brien for their top 3 in the point standings. A gentleman, great season, and looking forward to seeing you guys next season in the IRO 5s. The only thing that's left to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you Tuesday.